Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for North Dakota Today on this Monday morning. I'm Lisa Bedell here with Chris Berg. How was the weather when you came in?
Not good. Slippery, sleety. It's like the antithesis of what you want.
Last week, remember last week when it was summer?
No, I don't remember that at all.
It was so nice. They told us it was going to happen. The change is here. And actually, look at that. That's just outside our North Dakota Today studios. It's not so nice out there.
No, it's not.
It's kind of that sloppy mess.
Yeah, it's one of those days where it's kind of in between the rain and the snow. That's why I said sleety. So just be careful when you're out there driving. I went out to my car and even just walking back into the studio here, it's very, very slick.
So I think, do we have Lisa Green on standby for us? She's been working all morning, and Lisa, I had told you earlier I was hoping this would not be a correct forecast, but you told us, you warned us. I mean, we enjoyed last week, and then the change is here. This is reality for November, right?
It sure is. You know, we totally expect this kind of weather. Temperatures are more in line with November numbers than what we were seeing. Even as late as yesterday, we broke record highs yesterday. We hit the 70s. Today, a completely different story. We're flipping the page and we're dealing with this. We've got the sleet that's been coming down, then ice pellets here in Fargo. Now we have a little bit of light snow on top of that. It's reducing our visibility, as Chris was just saying, leading to some slick spots you're going to want to watch out for. Headlights on. No cruise control, all of that stuff we need to remember for winter weather driving as we begin this dreary start to our day today. So easy does it. This is in Fargo, our live view here. As we take a look at another place in the valley, check out Foreman, Highway 11. That looks like a complete winter wonderland. We've got snow coating the roads. You can see the tire tracks there, and that means there might be a layer of ice underneath it because we did have rain first, and that means, of course, we have the snow on top of that's likely a slick area along Highway 11 there in southeastern North Dakota, one of the locations having to deal with this. But it's highly variable depending on where you are in the valley. Here's a look at that radar. Southern Valley, we're looking at some of that snow coming down around Fargo, stretching into southeastern North Dakota and back into South Dakota still. And then this goes all the way up into places like Thief River Falls and extends north from there as well. Bemidji's kind of on that cutoff line for rain right now. Park Rapids seeing some rain, so there's a transition zone, and we saw that move into Fargo not too long ago. So let's zoom out. Let's show you what's going on here. This is a big storm system. If you look to the leading line of this, moving into Duluth, there's a thunderstorm approaching Duluth right now. They've got lightning. And then we're looking at some snow again on the colder side of this. Eventually, all of this moves eastward, but we're going to have to deal with it as we work our way through the morning hours this morning. And eventually, it does quiet down. One place that won't be so much affected is the Devil's Lake Basin. We'll stay drier there for today, though we could have some flurries and flakes later tonight. But we're looking at temperatures there that are well below freezing. We're down into the 20s. We're at 27 in Fargo, so below freezing. 30 in Grand Forks. It's going to be slick in a lot of locations because of the temperature drop that we've seen. So again, please be careful here this morning. Even that light coating, we know just a light layer can cause a lot of problems. And then on top of that, we're talking strong winds, not as intense as yesterday, but we've got some gusts into the 30s out west. And that's going to bring down your wind chills, probably more into the teens or even lower than that in those areas because our temperatures are in the 20s. So again, just a raw day, whether you're dealing with the slick roads and the precipitation coming down or not. So here's a look at our planner. Again, a little bit of freezing drizzle, sleet, rain, snow, depending on where you are, or maybe you're getting all of those things here this morning. Gradually, that's going to wind down, and we'll see some quieter weather by the afternoon. For Fargo, you can see we may even get a little sun peeking out into the afternoon hours, but temperatures stay cold. We're talking about 35 degrees for today. And by the way, yesterday we got into the low 70s. So that's a 30 to almost 40 degree difference in our highs in just one day. So a dramatic change. You're going to need the winter coat. You're going to have to put those shorts away again. I know some of you were wearing shorts, and you'll need the winter gear through the week. We're talking temperatures back into the 30s to 40s for highs coming up for this week. So a big change. This is more just coming back down to earth, coming back to reality. This isn't unusual at all. For this time of year. We've just been soaring so high lately.
Yeah, 70s in November is unusual. This isn't unusual.
Yeah, yesterday walking around town, I was like, wait, what is happening right now?
Weird and wonderful,
Exactly.
all in the same. Thank you, Lisa. We'll be careful out there. It is a mess, so just be careful on the roads if you haven't stepped out the door just yet. I'm still processing this news from over the weekend. It's just like the end of an era for sure. Jeopardy won't be the same. Iconic host made the show as recognizable as it is. The late, great Alex Trebek died this weekend. He was 80 years old, and we've talked about this quite a bit on North Dakota Today as well. He was battling pancreatic cancer. The show is telling us on Twitter that he died peacefully at home, surrounded by family and friends. So it was kind of up and down. You know, I thought last we heard he was doing great, but you know, pancreatic cancer is pretty serious cancer, as all cancers are. But so sad news coming out of the weekend. Big
He's
news
just somebody that you just kind of, you know, thought was going to be in that position forever. The fact that he's 80 and was still working up until I think
I can't
this
believe he
this
was
past
80.
year.
I guess he's
can't
been
either.
around forever, but he didn't look like he was 80.
No, I mean, he's just so sharp, always on that show, and so obviously we very, very sadly miss. But you know, keep his family in your thoughts and prayers. And
Exactly. His family, his TV family, and all of his family that, you know, we all watched the show and felt like he was part of our family.
That's exactly how
So,
it felt
you know,
with
it did. You feel like he was your friend, my smartest friend.
Yes.
So there's a lot of buzz in the newsroom about this morning. I don't know if you've heard about it. Morehead Schools are going to start providing meals to adults through December 30th. I think it's, you know, probably a great idea, but we've talked a lot about the free meals for kids. Starting tomorrow, Morehead area schools will be providing those free meals for adults alongside student meals. A lot of families, a lot of seniors in the area are needing a little extra help during this pandemic. They'll be distributed at the same time, delivered to several low-income and senior living centers as well that do not provide meals to residents. And if you want more information on this, thinking, wow, I'm glad this is happening because you're at home watching us right now, because we thought maybe this would be a good time to talk about it. If you're at home, just go to valleynewslive.com and you will find that story. It's just been posted for locations and times and all that good information. So,
well, I think that shares with you just why we're doing the food bank program that we're doing here at VNL. I mean, it's the perfect sort of tie-in, and I think people are realizing that, wait a second, there's really just been some challenging times out there. So again, if you can utilize the services over in Morehead, you know, great. I'm glad that Morehead's doing something like that. And also go to our website, and if you want to help donate for the Great Plains Food Bank drive that we're doing, and what are we trying to raise, 40G? Mm-hmm. But you already put that on your credit card, right?
Right.
So now
I
it's
mean,
just,
now we've grown.
So Boudreaux pulled out the black Amex and was like, 40?
I wish. The need is still there. So don't be thinking that
No, we
we
can
don't
do 80.
need it.
Yeah,
I was
let's
gonna
do
say,
80.
The need is still there.
Boudreaux said she's going to match, I think. I think I heard that at one point. So, but the other beautiful thing, and you did the interview, so you can explain it better than I can, but when you look at the Great Plains Food Bag, I mean, what they can do with $1 is
incredible.
Unbelievable.
I know, because I think we use the example of if you get $50, it's 150 meals.
Wow.
You know, and they said the numbers have really grown. The beginning of the pandemic continues to be an issue, and I know we talked about going into the holidays. It's always a tough time for a lot of families. So the need is there. If you can help, any amount really does make a huge difference. We make it very easy for you to find that donate here with our virtual food drive.
Are we going to address our new digs here? Like, you know, we have these are actually the old seats that we used to use with the table, but they've changed it now because I know you guys can't see this at home.
I was
but
going
we've
to
got
say, it's not new for anyone at home.
A whole new, well, it's kind of like, because we'd always be like these, you know.
You sat funny in it. I sat just fine in the chair. Let's be honest on that. I like sitting in a nice chair where it's like, we're just sitting here on our recliners visiting with you today.
It was one of those deals where it's like, okay, can I, no, oh, maybe, no, that's not really
We may
it.
have gotten a comment or two about how Chris sits in a chair, so.
It's only because my shoulders are so broad, right?
Well, we did get some different cameras kind of behind the scenes and using some different equipment. It's always new and improved technology here at Valley News Live. So.
I gotta say, so far, I really like. I first walked in, I was like, just, you know, there's stationary, there's no humans in here, and you're sort of like, okay, and then you start going, and you're like, I kind of dig it. So.
This is the only show I do with a partner, with a colleague on the Valley Today. We're doing separate, you know, hours, and so without anybody else in the studio, I was very lonely. It was just me and the teleprompter.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is very quiet in here, but that's how it goes. Everything's
Do you want me to get that
changing.
speaker now, finally, so we can have some tunes in here? And
It's not a bad idea. Okay, well, we have a great show planned for you today. I was going to say, we're talking about a ton of great things. I know things have got a little reorganized here, and we always love talking to Dr. Renardi. She's going to come in with us next and talk a little bit about pandemic fatigue, and some great advice that all of us can use. Stay with us.